Hey guys, J-Man here. All right, it is Superman Sunday, and so this is going to be the first of my Superman stuff. I'm going to try to do something every Sunday if there is something that is out that's to talk about. A lot of Superman channels out there, so you can definitely get your news anywhere. I'm going to try to focus mostly on comics unless something strikes me as, just something I want to talk about. I'm going to keep it pretty loose here for Sundays. Let's talk about Superman, the Man of Tomorrow. Now, what number is this? I believe this is 19. This is number 19. So this is the Man of Tomorrow issues. Now, these are all digital only. I do collect Superman in physical form. Superman, I've definitely not missed anything since New 52, but prior to that, I'd read Superman on and off my entire life. I was pretty heavy into it. I don't know what the numbers were, but there was those little triangles that told you what issues to read. This is when Action and Superman and Man of Steel and what were the other ones? Adventures of Superman. Like there was just so many of these comics crossing over, and eventually there's like a little pyramid that'll tell you the number of what you're supposed to read next. So Superman is my favorite superhero, one of my favorite characters ever in anything, in any kind of fictional character. I have a monthly automatic recurring donation to Christopher Reeve Foundation. I wear the dog tags every day. I usually use the keychain one on my belt. I wear it literally every day. Okay, so Man of Tomorrow. Man, I'm liking this big time. Now, I'm in Canada, and I've been told by some of my friends through the Facebook group that these, at least the initial batch of these Man of Tomorrow stories were published in, I guess, these digest forms or something like that. Sort of like the Marvel digests. I don't know if they were digest size, maybe they were bigger, but some kind of collected editions, and they were published through Walmart, or maybe they were comic books. I'm not sure. If you live in the States, let me know in the comments how these appeared. I never saw them in Canada. I was able to get all of the Marvel digests, but I never saw any of these DC ones. It's unfortunate because they're quite good. So at some point in time, this became digital first, and I don't know when that happened. But at some point in time, they've now become, I think, original stories. So the one we're looking at today is World's Vilest. Now, I gotta tell you, I wasn't crazy about the art when I started reading this, but it kind of grew on me as it went. And the storyline here is wicked. So basically, Batman and Superman are having a little bit of a tiff. All of a sudden, all these bad guy Supermans and bad guy Batmans show up from the multiverse. So a whole bunch of different ones show up, like Bizarro, obviously. Here's a photo. So like Ultraman and Owlman and like the ones that the Bizarro ones. So it's basically the guys that you know. So Superman's like, I'll take on the Batmans, and Batman will take on the Supermans. And I'll do some mild spoilers. I mean, this is a for fun issue. There's a lot of cool stuff going on in this one. I really liked it a lot. I like this one-off. Well, some of the stories were two-parters, but most of them are just kind of just one-off stories, which I really like. I kind of wish they'd have, I guess this will be it, but an ongoing Superman series. I hope this continues on as just a for fun Superman series that you want to read if you don't want to go out and try to collect the Bendis run, or whatever the next run's going to be after that, or Future State, I guess, which will be a whole different thing. I'm going to review every single Future State book that comes out. Stay tuned for all that. All right, so yeah, the way they take out some of these Supermen are wicked. Superman himself is like, oh, you think you came here with all these kryptonite weapons and you're going to beat the crap out of me? He's like, well, I don't care. He's like literally in this room that has red light coming from it. And he's like, now I don't have my powers. So I'm going to take you guys on, man to man, no powers. Let's see what happens. That was awesome. And of course, Batman has his gadgets and stuff that he can deal with. And he gets like a big suit and everything like that. So, I really like the storyline in this a lot. I'm not going to go through the entire thing. I absolutely loved it. I rated it 5 out of 5 on Comixology. I just thought it was great. Highly, highly recommend this series. And if you're not a Superman fan, I'm still going to say I'm going to recommend getting it because they're just one-off stories. So if you just want to have a for fun Superman thing, check it out. Let's get into Superman number 27. So this is the current run here with Bendis, which people are not liking if you go around the communities. And I'm going to say that, you know what, I don't hate everything that's happened. Revealing his identity, I don't really necessarily like that. I don't necessarily hate it. I thought it was handled well. And if you see some of my other videos, I did think it was handled okay. So I'm not going to just poo on that just because, but I have a feeling that's going to somehow be undone at some point. These things happen in comics, right? People die, they come back, stuff like this, right? The big thing I did not like was Jonathan Kent being aged. I severely hated that. The reason is that I really appreciated the relationship with John and his parents, but also with John and Damian Wayne and Super Sons. I thought was a really, really fun series, and I liked that, you know, that dynamic between the two of them. Damian's a little bit of a dick, and John is like the super nice kid. I really like that, and it's unfortunate that that ended. But let's get into Superman 27. So this is part 3 of an ongoing story here with Sin Mar. Sorry, the art in this is just fantastic, man. I want to say something to just quickly, DC, and Superman and Action are the only comics that I'm collecting that are DC comics in physical form, at least. I read Aquaman, I read Detective Comics. What else do I get for DC? I like DC. Batman's my second favorite character. The pages are different. They're not that glossy. They're a bit glossy, but they got more of a matte feel. I kind of like these pages better than Marvel, because when I'm reading them, you can see my light here. It's not really reflecting too badly, right? But if I held up a Marvel comic, it would be like this. You know what I mean? And I don't like that at all. I like this matte finish to it. But yeah, the art in this is sick. So basically, Sin Mar here is fighting now. Superman has taken him into the Phantom Zone, and they're fighting in the Phantom Zone. And Zadu shows up. Zadu? Is that how you say his name? I don't remember. He's a piece of crap. Lana and Lois have a little bit of a talking back and forth. Lois wrote a new book. That's pretty much that. We get right back into the fighting. What I liked about this particular issue is that Superman is trying to not fight. He's like, look, I keep beating up people. I beat up Brainiac. I beat up Luthor. I beat up Mongol. And it doesn't go anywhere. And it's like, I want to figure out what the hell's going on with this guy. So he ends up just sort of like giving up the fight, and he opens up a gateway out of the Phantom Zone. He's like, look, let's just get out of here and let's just talk this through. So they end up getting back. Really nice art here. They end up going through a bunch of warps here, and they're ending up in here. So he ends up in this is the cover. So he actually ends up in this like blackened space area, which is really neat. Of course, he doesn't have his powers here. And Sin Mar and here are talking, and he's like, well, you've been found guilty, so you're going to get your punishment, and that'll be to be continued. So I'm liking I like the character of like Sin Mar. He looks wicked, and I'm liking this storyline. I know people aren't dying over Bendis in general, but I'm still liking the storyline anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and recommend grabbing these. Bendis's run is coming to an end, so we'll see what happens after that. We know DC has a new chief. We don't know how that's going to play out. I don't know what's going on with DC. I know Future State is starting in January, so all books are going to be put on hold. I know Hawkman just ended. Hawkman's a great character. I haven't had a chance to dig into that run of Hawkman, but I'd like to maybe grab that in digitals. But I hope they are able to keep going. I don't know what's happening with DC in general, but we need a Superman comic out there and a Batman comic. We'll see how this anthology style plays out, sort of like a Shonen Jump used to be, where you get a bunch of chapters, like you'll get Death Note, Naruto, like One Piece or whatever, like Food Wars, you'll get all that in one. So they're going to try some of that with Future State. I wouldn't mind having a Superman family book and paying $10 or whatever it is, and have maybe a 64 pager or something like that, and maybe have 3 stories in it or whatever. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, as far as this goes, I like this issue. I think it's pretty neat. Yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments. And are you reading Superman or Action or Man of Tomorrow or any of that stuff? All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time.